All right. Let's go to the Big Ten, my country here, where we have the worst division in Power 5 football. We do. That's the Big Ten West, right? Okay. Let's be straight up about it. On the East, you've got Ohio State, Michigan, Penn State, and I don't care who the other teams are. That's three really, really good football teams, in my opinion. In the West, you've got Minnesota, and that's it. And I honestly chuckled by the time I said that with a straight face. And that's no disrespect to PJ Fleck and what he's building. Row the boat. I hear you. Tanner Morgan, Mo Ibrahim. I mean, Dagan told us that was his computer nerd lock of the week last week, that they had all the advanced metrics on the number one quarterback, number one running back in the country, and they just smoked Michigan State. But down the line in that division, Wisconsin off a blowout loss to Ohio State, now 2-2 with the Washington State loss as well. Purdue 2-2, 0-1 in the Big Ten. Iowa can't score to save their lives, but they did go to Piscataway and get a win against Rutgers. I mean, this is a mess of a conference, boys. So the overreaction. Minnesota is going to dog walk their way to a championship in the Big Ten West. Max, what do you think?
I'm going to say yes. I'm buying that. That's not an overreaction. That's more of a reality. Just because when you look at Illinois, Northwestern, Nebraska, home of the Cornhusker, who is going to actually give them a game in the West? There is nobody. Is, like you said, the worst division in all of college football resides in the Big Ten West, and Minnesota just happens to be, I have to use the politically correct word, the tallest short person in the room. See, I did it. I didn't say it.
Here's the thing. You know what's scary about all of this is Northwestern is still undefeated in the division.
That hurts. To hear that said out loud as a Big Ten guy, that hurts.
Like they're still it's there for the taking.
Mathematically, they're still in it.
Like literally, I'm looking at the standings right now, and conference-wise, they're 1-0.
And they were in a dogfight with mighty Miami of Ohio this week, Felder. I mean,
and yet they can still be the ones that take it home.
It hurts so bad.
Well, I mean, also Iowa's tied in there with them. So you know, so I mean, that's where you're like, really? That's how bad we are. That Northwestern and Iowa are tied with Minnesota for the Big Ten West as it is right now.
Let's play a little, I guess, hypothetical out here, because I do think Minnesota is a solid football team. I love them. You love them. Tell me more. Yeah. You love them.
Listen, anytime you've got a quarterback who looks exactly like the head coach, I'm in for that. Tanner Morgan looks exactly like PJ Fleck, and it's insane to see. He's so balled in that he got the same haircut, and which is being bald, and as a bald man, I respect that. That's why I wear a hat all the time when we do the shows, fellas, because there's nothing underneath here.
Yeah, but focus on the hang time.
Look down here. But Mo Ibrahim is so good, and watching what he was able to do to Michigan State, that was embarrassing for a team that, what are we thinking? For the last decade, they've had a stout defense, a defense that was so tough, so strong. And Greg, you're a Spartan, dude. Like, you know they were tough. You know about the no-fly zone, but you also know about those linebackers that were ready to play. You had a whole family of linebackers come through with the Bullets.
Yep.
And literally now we got the swagless Halliday guy in there getting ran over by a running back, and just, whoo, buddy, this ain't good.
No, even the backups. I mean, this was a 4-quarter domination from Minnesota, and it wasn't just the two guys you named, who are fantastic. I'm with you there. I do have to share something my podcast co-host Carter Elliott said this morning when we were talking about Minnesota. He said Tanner Morgan is about 6 months away from his career as a luxury condo salesman, and we made him look like Joe Montana. That had me chuckling a little bit. But so here's the hypothetical I would just pose, because I said it and I fully mean it. It's the worst division in Power 5 football, bar none. However, there are some teams I expect more of by the end of the season than right now in that group, Wisconsin being one of them, Purdue with Aiden O'Connell. Like, I have no idea what's going on with that team.
Is he going to be healthy?
Good question. Knock on wood. I hope so, because I love watching him play, but it's a fair concern. And then, I mean, look, we can make fun of Iowa all we want. I think the Iowa defense is for real. I mean, they smothered Rutgers at Rutgers in a night game. I can't believe I just said that. That's like applauding a child for not peeing themselves when they're 7. But I mean, look, here's the point. All those teams in Group B that I just named, Wisconsin, Purdue, and Iowa, like, would you buy that group, someone emerging, or would you buy Minnesota alone to run away with it? Because I think I would still lean in the group more. Max, let's go to you first.
You know what? I might buy the field on that one. I think Minnesota's a good team, like you said. I think you have some good pieces for Minnesota, but I feel like a letdown somewhere in there. And like you said, with everything being all the same, Wisconsin, this is what we expect from Wisconsin. But Wisconsin can also put out a shutdown game, and they can just, lull you to sleep and get a victory. And I fear that against Minnesota could be a possibility. Purdue, we don't know what we're getting from week to week with Purdue. Let's just put it out there, And so I think I would buy the field to have like an upset victory that gets somebody in on a technicality over Minnesota.
Felder?
I like Minnesota.
Wow.
I really do. I like this football team. I think that I don't know how much people have seen Minnesota, but I don't know that there's a player in the country that can flip their hips quicker on one of those play action RPO type jams than Tanner Morgan. The way that he's able to give you action to his left and then flip it open and then get actually set to throw from his right is remarkable. And that's something to me that it really stands out from a quarterback standpoint. And so I think that this is a guy, I mean, let me ask you guys this. Is there a quarterback that's more intrinsically tied to their coach than Tanner Morgan? And I made the joke about the haircut and the whole deal and the look, but this is a guy that was committed to him at Western Michigan. He's been studying this offense that entire time. He's a 5th or 6th year senior? He knows what he's doing. They have trust in each other. They have the thing that Napier and Anthony Richardson, the thing they're trying to get.
Yeah,
they have it, and they have it in a big way. So I trust that. But let's flip it over. Let's go down the list, right?
Okay.
Do you think that they trust Petrus at Iowa to do anything?
No. Outside of getting the ball and not dropping it, probably not.
Do we think that we trust Graham Mertz to do anything?
No.
Well, sell some more merch. Graham Mertz.
Right. So, what are we like? And I love Tommy DeVito. I'm a big Tommy DeVito guy, but you think they trust Tommy DeVito at Illinois?
No, absolutely not.
So,
I think that's where it comes. But can they put it together for one game?
Right. If they have one game where they're off. That's where I think that's where Mo Ibrahim comes in.
Okay, I can see that.
Because if we can't throw and things aren't going well through the air, you know what? We lean hard on the ground game. And I think that's the part that makes it interesting for me.
Do you buy this Minnesota team so much to say that they could give the Big Ten East winner a game in the title game, or no? Do you draw the line there?
Fuck no.
We said the West, and that was it. That's all I'm talking about.
Felder, we gotta get you an Emmy award or something for that, man. You have me gassed out. You waving the Gophers flag until we draw the line with one of the big three. Oh, that was good. All right. Well, we'll check in with you, Felder. You're on Minnesota watch officially for the rest of the season. Maybe in a couple weeks you'll feel differently.
We're dropping our merch.
We got to start calling Underwood Daddy Brad. But I'm a big pod guy. Breaking news. The Field of 68 has an online store, and it's your one-stop shop for the latest and greatest merch in college basketball and college football. You can find shirts to support your favorite team, make fun of your rival team, or boast Field of 68 catchphrases like Daddy Brad, Cussin' and Discussin', and the Star Heels. Go to www.fieldof68.shop today
and enter promo code touchdown for 20% off at checkout.